Hi everyone, it is 28 days later from me taking my Zepbound 5 milligram shot. So this is actually shot 32. Let's go ahead, get this shot done. It's November the 28th, the day after Thanksgiving, and then let's talk. So I am officially taking the last pen out of this box, which would then leave me roughly 12 pens. So let me get my alcohol pad. So I just checked in my Shotzi app, and it looks like last time I did my shot, it was on my right side. So I will be doing my actual left side. Okay, so let me double check. April the 7th, 2027. Okay, see the bubble. Take the base off. Okay, let me place it here. And then let me unlock it. First, let me unlock it. Right there. Easy peasy. Let me just wipe that. All right, guys, so that was shot 32 done. Let's talk. All right, guys, so this is Sunday. Today is Sunday, so I just wanted to give a quick update on how everything went. So, of course, this is shot, what did I say, 32. I'm looking at my phone. So shot 30. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I think, yeah, it's shot 32. So basically at the end of the day, I did not take my last Zepbound 5 milligrams since, give me 1 second, October the 31st. So it's actually 28 days later. So I just wanted to, fill you all in as far as what has been going on, how, everything is transpiring since this is my first time going this long without taking the Zepbound based off of the recommendations from my provider. So since October the 31st, I have not experienced any nausea, any fatigue, any constipation, even though I have like the GI issues, but I haven't experienced any severe, constipation where I'm not going for several days or etc. So none of that. My eating, as I've always said when I started on the 5 milligrams, I'm just content. I mean, I'm eating whatever I feel like I need to eat. I'm getting my calories in, so no issues there. What I must say is, to me, I feel like I didn't even need to take the injection on the 28th, the day after Thanksgiving, because I do my shots on a Friday. That's the way I started them. Whether it was once, when I was doing it once a week, then I went to every 2 weeks. It's always been on a Friday. So mine just happened to fall on the 28th, which was the day after Thanksgiving. But to be honest, I didn't feel like I needed to take the shot on the 28th. I still just felt content. I don't know. Sometimes that concerns me, but I just felt content. I didn't, no food noise, no wanting to eat everything, none of that. So with me not having those issues, I feel like I could have went longer without taking that shot, but I didn't. Okay. So I digress. But yeah, so that's how it's been for these 28 days. No issues, doing good, and just, living my best life. But okay, so I did for this week, I did from the prior week, because day is Sunday, so the prior week. So I did last week, I did get some strength training in. I did do 2 days a week. The prior week I had found a 15-minute strength training video, but what I did was, since I noticed that I did maybe 8 minutes of it, just because I know I need to work on that. I found another video from that content creator that I watch, and she had a 10-minute arm, workout with the weights. So I did that 2 days last week. I also did, of course, some squats, because I want to work on my thighs. And, of course, my walking. I'm going to get my walking in regardless. And that's usually 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So let's talk about, I'm looking at my notes trying to make sure I don't miss anything. So let's talk about Thanksgiving. So Miss Toyota Review was just, asking people if they want to do like a water check-in, just to see if they can kind of keep up with their water intake for the Thanksgiving holiday, so that way you can kind of not overeat, indulge, if that makes sense, and try to just maintain your weight or lose your weight or gain weight. Well, but the goal is not to gain, but of course if you did, you can work that off after the holidays. So with the water intake for me, I'm just going to my app. I'm going to try to see if I can include that here I'm going to see if I can screenshot it, but I may not be able to do it. But with my water intake, if you're new here, my doctor's recommendation was for me to do 80 ounces of water. I did get my 80 ounces of water in up until, I want to say, around August, September-ish, around that point. I started getting just 68 ounces in. So for some reason, I just feel full when I'm trying to get the 80. I don't know if it's because I'm starting late drinking the water, or it's just my body. Like, I know sometimes drinking too much water is not a good thing. So I don't know if my body is just now saying to itself, you can't take no more water. I don't know. So with that, for the holiday, for the Thanksgiving holiday, I want to say 2 or 3 days. I'm going to try to insert that here somewhere. I did only get 68, and in a couple of days, I got the 80 ounces in. So that wasn't too bad. So I was able to do my water check-in. And as far as what I ate, so I enjoyed myself, as that's what I was planning on doing, because, I wasn't going to overeat. I wasn't going to undereat. I was just going to eat as normal. And so with the foods that we prepare, it's not our typical everyday eating or Sunday meals. It's, like the macaroni and cheese, the dressing, those are just once a year for us. We don't cook that every week, every other week on Sundays. That just is not how we do. So I did eat what I needed to eat on Thanksgiving. I'm not a sweet person. I don't have to have sweets. Now, I will eat a slice of pound cake, but we didn't have any cake. We just had sweet potato pie for us for Thanksgiving. But I'm not a sweet person. So with that being said, I did eat on Thanksgiving. And what I did was, because we got a late start, I don't know. I don't know. Wednesday, we must have been tired. I don't know what it was, but we didn't start preparing Thanksgiving until around 11 o'clock. So actually, when we ate, it was 7 o'clock. And so that was already dinner time, the norm for us. So it wasn't, I didn't even have the opportunity to say, oh, I'm gonna go back in there for seconds, or I'm gonna go back in there for thirds, because we ate at 7 o'clock. So I did what I did was, since we started late, my goal was to walk that morning, get my walk in that morning, and then after I ate, my goal was to walk. But since we started late, I didn't do my walk until after I ate. So after we ate, of course, I read this somewhere, I don't know how true it is, but they recommend that you wait at least 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes to walk if you are going to be doing 30 minutes. So since I saw that last year, that's what I've been accustomed to doing. So after I ate, 40 minutes later, I decided get on my walking pad, and I did 45 minutes of walking on my walking pad on that Thursday. So that was Thanksgiving. Okay, so then on Friday, I ate a little bit of leftovers, not a lot, just a little bit, just not a lot. It just wasn't, I didn't have the urge, the need to want to eat on that Friday like that. So I did eat some things, but not a lot. And then, of course, I took my shot on that Friday, which was the 28th. I took that at around 2 o'clock. Okay. So, with that being said, because with that water check-in, I actually did my weigh-in on, I'm going to my scale. I'm going to try to make sure I include that here. I usually weigh in on Friday, so since I was just doing that water check-in and trying to maintain, lose, or whatever, I usually do my weigh-ins on Friday mornings, and I'm going to go back to that. But last week, since I was participating in this water check-in, I weighed in on the 23rd, which was that Saturday, and that was, that was at 159. So, with everything I just said, I ate, I took my shot the day after Thanksgiving, which would have been normal because it's on a Friday, and it was 28 days later. Did I gain? Did I lose, or did I maintain? So, I weighed in on yesterday, and I would say I maintain, because if you're new here, my doctor wanted to reassess me once I got to 160, right? In my mind, I want to be at 140. So when I weighed in on the 29th, as you can see, I went up 0.2. So I went up to 159.2 from the prior Saturday. So I maintain. It's not, to me, it's not a gain. It's a gain by the scale, but it's not a gain because I didn't go over the 160. So that was a plus. Yes, so I am happy about that. And so what else do I want to mention? I think I mentioned my weight, and I mentioned how it's been going since the 28 days. Oh, so what I have planned for this upcoming week, because like I said, today is Sunday. So what I have planned going forward is we have a Zumba challenge that is out here on these YouTube streets. And so my goal is to participate maybe 2 days out of the week doing the Zumba challenge. So I'll be trying to do that. I've never done Zumba, so I'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try to do that next week. And then of course it will be the first week. Yes, God, time is going by so fast. So tomorrow will actually be December the 1st. So I did say that I was gonna do that hula hoop challenge for the last 7 days of December. So I will be doing that in conjunction with my walking and still, doing the strength training, trying to get better at those weights. And I forgot to mention the day after Thanksgiving, which is that Saturday, I did, do some walking as well, just to make sure I try to burn some of that food off, the calories, because that food is kind of heavy. But yeah, that is it. I don't think I have anything else to report for this week. Oh, just to give an update. So with it being December, I am going to be doing Vlogmas. This will be my first time doing Vlogmas, so I think I'm going to participate in that. So just look out for that content. But yeah, that is basically it. I don't want to make this video lengthy, but hope you all had a good holiday. And so now we are off to a new week, a new start, a new month. We're going to, do good this month. And we're going to, if you gain weight, you just work on trying to work it off, because it's easy. It can be done. We can work it off. Just exercise. It's not the end of the world. Just that one day that you probably ate outside of what you normally would. And yeah, that's it. So yes. All right, guys. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. And so yes, enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the week. Yes. Bye, everyone.